Yes, we finally get to dig into the conclusion of Euros. You guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on us. Kind of, Robbie, where's the WCQ? We have like zero info as of filming this morning on the event other than, Sky Striker punted it straight out the window and won the event. So RIP to that, but I'll talk more about that hopefully later this afternoon. So make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. So European WCQ. Now this looks like an actual good format, right? 2,200 players, 3 cool tune in the top 8. Which is actually not looking too bad. You also have Branded coming in at 2. Man, America couldn't even accomplish that. We also had 1 Mitsurugi, 1 Aluber Pooper, or 1 Alistair and Friends, and 1 Elf Note. Yeah, this is a completely different format than what we saw on our side of the game, which is just hyper competitively crazy, but really, really cool to see Invoked actually tearing things up here. Now let's talk about some of these lists. The first one we'll be looking at here is your top 8 Invoked Challenger. Now this duelist, I believe they won their qualification to go to Worlds this year freaking playing Invoked, of all things. Nobody had that on their bingo sheet. That somebody had figured out the Invoked formula, and suddenly this deck was coming in as a very, very, very solid challenger. That is wonderful to see. And I'm happy to see that, but in terms of this build, though, 6 Alistairs is fantastic. I mean, this card is really good. We do get to see the Sorcerer of the Swamp actually coming in and being a useful card to kind of assist this deck. And then we have triple Soundproof down here, just as, the card of choice that you kind of have to play into Cool Tune, right? I mean, this deck doesn't give a crap about Synchros, right? So you have to rely on this just to be able to shut down Cool Tune. I mean, if you get this card, they're not playing the game, man. But congratulations, actually, the Invoked run was insane. We also got to see, there's got to be 1 to 2 Cool Tune lists running around back here. Now, I will tell you, I feel like Cool Tune's been pretty much figured out at this point. The most exciting thing that this list is doing is we're side decking the additional field spell in case we need it. And we have some Cacaws down here in the side deck, because having some Cacaws as a little side option in is pretty cool. I guess they were also playing Purge, which is awesome. And we also had Anti-Scam Fragrance, right? Because the greatest feeling in the morning is waking up to a cup of Anti-Scam Fragrance in your cup and just looking at your opponent and telling them, no, you will not be playing any spell cards against me for the entirety of this game. I truly do wish you the best. There's been a lot of handshaking memes on this channel lately. Might need to get that checked out. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, you're not really going too crazy. 1 clip, I feel like, is pretty normal for this deck. Just judging by the current level of interactions that this deck has going for it, we'll be seeing you soon on that ban list. Next up was some Azamina Rolad. This deck actually, I think, did wonderful in showcasing not only, the degeneracy of the 4-card Trinity. We also got to see Access Code Talker, because this is a deck that can actually use its extra deck. Yeah, I know, they allowed a Ritual of Light and Darkness deck the ability to access its extra deck. Like, crazy thought process to think about that, getting some ability to do things is good. I also do see that we are playing Debtors down here, and then we also have the Triple Pot of Sloth. Triple Pot of Sloth is bonkers in this deck. And, of course, we also have the Triple Impulse built into the main deck, which I think is fine, right? Impulse's job is to be able to net you into, better control options. We've also got the whole Malcharmy family here, basically, trying to net us some advantage so that we could actually kind of make a wee little bit of a comeback here, at least to make it feel a little bit more worthwhile. Next up here, we get to see Azamina Mitsurugi, Ritual of Light and Darkness. The 60-card piles are on about. Now, this should pretty much remind you that if you can make a 60-card pile work with the amount of just pure Yu-Gi-Oh! Enginery that exists, at this point in time, you may as well take advantage of it. This list went so far as to even play the Triple Pot of Sloth in the main deck, by the way. They were like, I can't really side this, because, their side deck is just going to be bringing in Floodgates. They have the Discord to be able to bring in off the Pharaonic Advent to be able to paralyze the Cool Tune players from not being able to play the game. Like, that's a level of disgusting that I feel like we don't get to see a lot of right now. But it's also pretty telling just to see, you know, hey, these are the overall general tools that you kind of get to see with these decks. And honestly, I don't hate this, man. I appreciate the fact that, you know, we really are getting to see some actual value here. Next up, Malice with Zeno twins. Oh, no. Well, I see that we're making spell shitter down here, being able to tell your opponent no to the spell cards. It's pretty good. I see we're also side decking the Radiant Typhoon package. So you gotta remember, the reason why this list even, you know, wants to choose to play the Radiant Typhoon cards, Malice needs something that we like to call get them in here, you know, get the little chum guys in here, because we need to start using them to be able to stack up. You know, we have to get to the old Link summon tree somehow. So that's where the Radiant Typhoon stuff comes in. It gives you that extra little facilitator. Also gets you access into Cherubini, which is kind of funny as well. Don't really appreciate that too much, but yeah. Also, once again, I mean, this deck just naturally, inherently gets to abuse the Zeno twins, because who would have guessed, right? When your deck, is inherently all Cybers, basically. Your deck does not give a living crap about the materials to stack on through the chains. Next up is Branded Blitzclick. I'm sorry. This is the first time I've seen this monster. Alright, so I do see we are playing Dugaris in here. But we've also got what looks like a little bit more extended package into the synchro department. Okay, so I mean, I guess the goal here is you fire off Branded in the white in the Ecclesia Congo line here, and then you kind of just set up, you know, like a big sync, or you set up whatever you need to on that back front, and then, you know, Fallen and Virtuous is just kind of your control card to kind of go into rotation, but also, you know, we get the scam with Albalenitis because we are Fallen of Albaz. And then, of course, you know, the Blitzclick stuff just does not really give a crap. Like, I understand the Blitzclick stuff does kind of give you some locking, but I don't think that it's going to be enough to effectively really, you know, do anything. I also see that we've got 2 of the trap in the main, 1 additional in the side deck here. So instead of doing the 1-1, they're going with the 2-0, which is not bad. Okay. Next up, we get to see Despia Branded. Now, this is more of the normal hybrid that we're pretty used to seeing. This is where we're going with the 2 Pot of Sloth in the side deck to find us cards. We have the 2 Droll and Lockbird in the main deck. Of course, 2-1 on the Albaz. This is because, you know, still getting into this Albaz is incredibly useful. And of course, you know, all the Mulch armies underneath the sun here, absolutely doing what they need to do. And of course, this deck's main focus lately has been the ability to, you know, do the Nadir Servant setup and then go into the opponent's turn and then ignite all of your plays with the Blazing Cartesia, because just being able to, you know, ignorantly turn off one of your mechanics to generate advantage, go into the next turn and be able to do everything that you need to do, that's always been this deck's strong suit, you know. So that's the reason why you choose to play the Nadir Servant stuff. It's just you interact on the opponent's turn slightly a little bit more. Also, Big Ball in Sky, go yum yum. funny card. Next up, we get to see Azamina Orchest. Oh boy. Actually, I'm surprised to see that this deck actually performed. But at the same time, it's Azamina Orchest. I mean, like, 99% of the meta, if this card gets dumped into the resolve bin and, you know, kind of starts its thing, it kind of gets very annoying. Also, Ellen Grisu here does cause some problems. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's the most fair thing in the world, but it definitely has its issues, all things considered. I also do see we are side decking the different dimension ground with the thrust. We've also got the illusion gate to toggle into as well. You've got a pretty intensive line of options available to you with this list to be able just to kind of get you into the places that you need to be. And also the disruptive power on this list feels pretty decent. You know, all things considered, it's still Azamina Orchest. At the end of the day, you still are doing some of the more toxic stuff within the format. And then we have more Invoked. How do we get to end the video on Invoked here? I'm glad to see that 2 people had the Formulae that were willing to play this. But this list actually side-decked the Sorcerer of the Swamp, which I think is fine. Triple Soup probably still doing God's work for this list. We actually are main decking the Shifter. We also have the Crowley in the main deck here. We are doing the Gamma summon in here. It's kind of cool. We also get to see Pot of Sloth kind of bringing up the rear here to kind of complete the trifecta. But definitely, Euros was a much more, I would say, balanced format, the way it looks. And honestly, I'm happy to see this. We'll eventually talk about the NAWCQ, but please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you! Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.